What's up, guys? My name is Matt from MS Tech Central, and today I'm bringing you the top 5 gaming PCs up to date in my opinion. Of course, this list would change from person to person, but I chose these on a combination of aesthetics, performance, modding, and customization, all into one, just for the best 5 gaming PCs or video editing PCs that I found in a short search that I've collected over time. Before we start, I should note that I'm not using any show builds. A lot of manufacturers will make these insane rigs with like 4 Titans and 3 970Xs, but then they just get taken apart right after a photo shoot because they're just there to show off new merchandise. I'm doing actual builds by actual people that will be actually used by somebody for some legitimate reason, such as gaming or editing. So let's actually begin now. First off, we have Project Aphrodite by Pedantic Fops. That's his Reddit username. I will link to the thread in the description so you can get the rest of the parts. I will only name the important ones. As you can see, he went with a black and white theme. The case is an NZXT Switch 810. Under that water block is a 3570K. As you can see, it's a Sabertooth Z77 motherboard, and a 7970 is the graphics card that is water cooled in that picture. There's a lot of things I like about this rig. I like the white tubing. I like how the coolant's actually clear, so it gives that reservoir a cool effect. I like how all the cables have custom white individually sleeved cable extensions. I like how the Sabertooth Z77 black thermal armor really ties together the black and white theme of this build, and I think he really pulled off that look, and it looks slick, and he managed the cables amazingly, and it was a really good job on his part. Kudos to him. Check it out in the description. Moving on to number 4, we have Project Envied by Pope. Pope is his Reddit username and BitTech username. I will link to his build log in the description again. Basically, we have a 3930K under a custom-made water block that cools the motherboard, the RAM, and the processor. There's also 3 680s that are on a different water loop to keep it even cooler. The reason this is number 4 in my top 5 is because of that custom-made water block. That is just extremely unique. No one's ever done that before. Well, if they have not gotten the publicity they deserve. And look how professionally it's done. It's super clean. It looks perfect. It looks professional. It looks like you bought it from some water cooling company and then you installed it. Didn't look like he made it himself. It does an awesome job of cooling all the components and looking good as it does it. He also mixed in a little color in this build, which I like because too many builds are black and white or like 2 colors, and I like how this has a 3-color theme. And that is Project Envied by Pope, and number 4 on my list. Moving on to number 3, Project M8, also by Pope. There's not a lot known about the parts here. Of course, he knows, but he hasn't posted them like officially anywhere. All I know is that it's a 7950 graphics card being cooled. He's got 16 gigabytes, of course, our Dominator RAM, and the motherboard is, let me just scroll up and check it out, a P55 GD85. If that means anything to you. The reason this is number 3 on my list above all the others is because of a 3D printed cable management system. You can see how it looks super slick, and the cabling looks super slim and white and awesome. Doesn't look like cables because it's not. The cables are actually under these 3D printed shells, basically, and they take them to their destination, which results in a super clean look that really ties together the entire build, and it just looks awesome. No one's ever done that before. Again, kudos to Pope for doing it twice in a row. I didn't want to use 2 from the same guy, but I mean, if you do 2 unbelievable builds, you kind of deserve to have 2 in my top 5 list. Moving on to number 2, we have the Fridge. Now, this build is number 2 mostly on performance. Not many people spend this much money on a PC and make it look this good. As you can see, there's 2 processors on that motherboard. They are both Intel Xeon E5 2650 8-core 16-thread CPUs, resulting in a total of 32 threads on your processors, which is just insane. That processing power is awesome. It costs a ton of money. He's got 4 7970s in there, all customly whited out so it matches the case. He's got 96 gigabytes of RAM, and the water blocks match each other. All the white tubing and cabling matches. The white fans match. It's a really good looking build, and more importantly, it's a really high performance build, which is why I like it the most. One of my favorite pictures of this build log is right here. You can see that this guy has money to spend. He just replaced the old 96 gigabytes of RAM with a new set of 96 gigabytes of RAM just because he could, which is just awesome. I'm super jealous. In his Reddit post, he said that it's one of the main perks of his job, so it's not like he's just throwing money out the window. It's for his job. Just so many awesome things about this. Of course, in this video, I can't go over all the specifics, so I highly suggest you check out the links in the description that I post and look at them yourself. Moving on to number 1, which is so deserving of the number 1 spot in this, is Crossed by Red Harbinger. His Reddit username is L3PJE. I will link it in the description. And as you can see, this isn't a normal PC, it's in a desk. He's got 2 sides to it. Let me just get a better picture that shows off the desk like this one. He's got 2 sides to the desk. The left side has a 3960X, 2 690s in quad SLI, 32 gigabytes of RAM, like 8 SSDs in RAID 0, and it's just insane. They're all water cooled. It looks awesome. He's got a red, black, and a little bit of white theme going on. He's got nice lighting in the desk. It's a full glass panel, so you can see everything underneath it. All the cables are wonderfully managed. Is that even a word, wonderfully? It deserves to be. They're all awesomely managed. I guess that's a word too. You can't even see the back part where all the power supplies are. It's just put together beautifully, professionally. It looks like he really took his time to do this right. He did it professionally. As you can see, the monitors are all slick looking and on a custom base mount. The right PC, I haven't mentioned yet, has a i7-2600K and an Asus 660 Ti DirectCU top edition card. It looks a lot high performance than that just because how well he put it together with the red tubing, the awesome cabling that's beautifully managed, the water blocks, and the 4 radiators in the middle really tie the whole build together. And I think that this is more than anything else deserving of the number 1 spot just because of its customizability. There's almost nothing that's not fully customized in this build, and his originality because no one's done this before. And he's even going to sell these later on. I don't know when, but I will put his website in the description, so go check it out. Thank you guys for watching. This was my top 5 gaming builds as of July 2013. And I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I couldn't go over everything that was so awesome about these builds, so I highly suggest you go in and check them out yourselves, read all about them, read about the Reddit threads, and read what exactly they're using and how they did it and why they did it, so maybe you guys could make some cool builds like these, or maybe get inspired by some of these and make something like it. But it's definitely worth your time to check them out. They're really awesome PCs, and they spend a lot of time working on them, so go check them out. Links in the description. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and comment about which one's your favorite one. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.